Hello everyone, Flavio Carrasco, Senior Sales Engineer with NetFoundry. Today I'm going to go over an AI demo and the challenges security team faces. Scaling AI adoption safely is hard for CISOs, chief data officers, and compliance leaders. Governance is often bolted on after rollout rather than built in from the start. Policies and role-based access controls come later, and roughly 1 in 5 organizations has mature AI governance model. Security adds another layer of difficulty. Gateways must connect to GPU boxes sitting behind a NAT and open firewall ports to reach clients, while agentic AI introduces the added risk of autonomous action. And observability is thin. More than 80% of employees already use unapproved AI tools with no audit trail linking prompts, model decisions, and outcomes. Together, these gaps slow approvals, create regulatory exposures, and stall enterprise-wide rollout. In today's demo, you have an AI agent needing access to the back-end resources with your LLM gateway and your MCP gateway. The AI agent is going to be routed through the governance team, which is going to create an identity with an API call to the NetFoundry platform. The identity is a cryptographic X509 generated through the platform's built-in PKI infrastructure, with options to integrate with external PKIs or an identity management platform such as the Spiffy Spire. As you can also notice that you have arrows pointing outwards. This is because all we need is port 443 outbound, and we don't need to have any inbound ports open. So to get to the demo, I'll get to my little web browser here. As you can kind of see here, if I run this agent without an identity or any approval, so I can try to access here, you can kind of see here that I don't have access to the backend resources. I'm not able to query the MCP gateways or the LLM gateways. So what's going to happen is I need to request access to the governance approval. They receive the request. They could either approve or deny. You can say approve. It's going to prompt them. They're going to generate. This is where they generate the identity with an API call to the NetFoundry platform. So in this case, I'm going to do the OT agent because I'm just going to use the MCP servers for the OT environment. For the LLM keys, you could provide them virtual keys. You could provide them keys for just, in this case, you could do Anthropic, you could do local, or auto, which provides them access to all 3 LLM models available to them. So once the identity is created, you can kind of see and then the approval has been granted. A JOT file has been created. This is what's going to be sent to the AI agent to be able to enroll their identity to the NetFoundry platform. So you can kind of see here, they click on the approval. They say identity OT agent was created. This is the services that is approved. And then, click verify to enroll the identity. So now I'll take the JOT file that was provided to me. I'm going to verify the identity. As you can see now, it's enrolled and ready to go here. So now I can go in there and start querying the MCP servers for my OT environment. In this case, I could kind of ask it this default codes for PLC 01. It goes in and says, hey, and you can kind of see the model that it reached out to. And this one was, in this case, it was OpenAI. The active fault code was PLC 01 is as follows. He has a fault code of the E204. You can then say, what's the fault code? E2 mean? And you just keep asking questions based off of your tools available to you. Or you could just kind of say, once that is done, it goes in and provides you some additional response. For the EM remote server, I could say, hey, what's the firmware of my controller? It goes in and digs the information and responds back to you. So now that's how easy it was to enroll, you go through the approval process, enroll identity, and start using the AI agent. So now you could say, for example, now it's out of compliance, you no longer need it. You could go in and disable access with a simple API call. So now you try to ask it some additional questions. For example, what time is it? And you can kind of see it's going to fail. So you no longer have access, the AI agent no longer has access in the back end with another simple query with the API and disabling that. The benefit values of our platform, we were able to deploy, we went from weeks to minutes on deployment. Security reviews get shorter because there's no open inbound ports to justify. Revenue lands faster because models and GPU backends connect same day instead of after a lengthy security sign-off. Operational cost drops. Because I didn't have to create no VPN, mesh, or routing databases to be built or maintained. And security gets stronger by construction. Zero trust access means there's no inbound attack surface from the start. That's it for today. Thank you, and stay tuned for additional recordings here in the near future.